Hello all, the Department of English welcomes you. In this video lecture, we will be dealing with past tense. This is Brishma S.J., Assistant Professor, Department of English SF, VHNSNC College, Autonomous, Virudunagar. Before going into the topic, it is important for you to know what is a tense. A tense is a word that denotes the time at which an action takes place. A tense is a verb form that shows the time of an action, event or state by a change in its form. By combining these two definitions, we can come to a conclusion that a tense is a word in its verb form which will undergo a change in order to bring out the timing of a particular action. Verb. It is an action word. It has the quality of changing as per tense. There are three forms of verb: base, past and past participle. There are two types of verb: regular verb and irregular verb. You first need to know the difference between regular verbs and irregular verbs. Look at the side of the regular verbs. Walk plus ed equal to walk, talk plus ed equal to talked, jump plus ed equal to jumped. Do you notice any similarity in all these three words? Yes, right? Ed is added to the base form and it is converted to the past form. See, for example, ed is added to the base form walk and it is converted to the past form walked. So there might be some exceptions for the words ending with y and e in the regular verbs category. Now look at the irregular verbs. Break, broke, broken, take, took, taken, give, gave, given. Here the transformation is irregular. There are lots and lots of irregular verbs in English language that you need to study so that you will get a good understanding of tenses. I have grouped the forms of verb into four categories for a better understanding. In the first group, cut is the verb that remains same in all the three forms. Whereas in group 2, past and past participle felt is different from the base form feel. In group 3, the base and the past participle remain the same, whereas the past form is came. In group 4, all the three forms are different. See, write, wrote and written. I would like to suggest here that you should thoroughly learn all the irregular verbs in order to proceed further. There are three types of tenses in English language: past, present and future. As I already told you, in this video lecture, we will be concentrating on past tense. What do you mean by past tense? Past tense refers to a completed action in the past. The completed action is already over. So there are four types of past tenses: simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Simple past tense. The structure of simple past tense is subject plus verb in its past form. Let us look at the usage of the simple past tense. It is used to describe an action that was completed in the past. It is also used to describe past habitual actions. Habitual actions are usually related to the present tense, but here the actions that were a part of the past are usually referred by using simple past tense. Let us look at some examples. I ate cake yesterday. Here the verb is ate. So this is a irregular verb. She sang well. Here the past form of sing is sang. So sang is in the past tense. I watched a movie a day before yesterday. So here watched is in the past tense. Here watched is a regular verb. The next tense is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense has the structure subject plus was or were plus present participle. Let me give you a few examples for this structure. I was reading, she was playing, they were dancing. Past continuous tense is used to describe an action that was in progress at a point of time or over a period of time in the past. It is also used to describe the gradual development of a happening. For instance, it was getting darker. In this sentence, dark is the development stated. Let us look at some examples. I was reading a novel at 9 o'clock yesterday. Let us assume that I started reading from 7 p.m. My action continued. Whether it continued after 9 is not a matter of consideration. To refer a continuous action or to mark the continuity of a past action, the past continuous tense is used. Another example, the boys were playing football. Here the verb is were playing. The next example, he was doing his homework at 8 o'clock this morning. Here the verb is was doing. Maybe he started at 6 a.m. and the action continued from then on. The next tense is past perfect tense. The structure of past perfect tense is subject plus had plus past participle. Tense is used to describe an action which was completed before another action took place in the past. There are two pasts involved in past perfect tense. One is the distant past, that is the first action, and we also have a second action that followed the first one. Between the two past actions, in order to refer to the distant past, you should use the past perfect tense, and for the action that followed it, you should use the simple past tense. Whenever past perfect tense comes in a sentence, it is usually accompanied by simple past tense. Let us look at some examples. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. Here we have two actions, the death of the patient and the arrival of the doctor. For the first action, the death of the patient, we should use the past perfect tense. The structure of the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus past participle. So the subject here is patient and we have had here, and then past participle is died. And for the second action, the arrival of the doctor, we should use the simple past tense, arrived. Is that clear? When we reached the station, the train had left. When we reached the station, the train had left. So you might wonder, why not use left instead of had left? When you use just left there, the meaning will be like when we reach the station and the train leaving the station happened at the same time. But that is not what we want. The train left already by the time we reached. So that is the meaning we want. Is that clear? The second sentence, he went to school after the rain had stopped. So here the first action is the rain had stopped and only after the rain had stopped he went to school. Okay. The next tense is past perfect continuous tense. The structure here is subject plus had been plus verb plus ing. Past perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action which continued in the past for a given point of time. It is used to describe particular action which began in the past and it continued till a point in the past. Have a look at this timeline. He had been playing for 2 hours before he went to bed. Okay. He had been playing for 2 hours before he went to bed. The continuous action in the past was between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And after at 10 p.m. he went to sleep. There is no time gap for any other action here. Okay. So in order to describe an action which began in the past and it continued till a point in the past and the action got over at that point and a new action took place. Okay. I have another example here. He had been living in Chennai for 20 years before he came to Nagarkoil. So for 20 years he had been living in Chennai and at the end of the 20th year he came to Nagarkoil. There is no time gap here. Okay. That is all about past tense. I believe that I have made it clear to you, dear viewers. Thanks for watching with patience.